Buenos Dias! So we're in here on Adventure Day on the World Race, and we're gonna tour a coffee farm today. I'm super excited. I love coffee. I drink coffee like every day. But I've noticed on the race, I go through these moments of like loving life and being like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then these low moments of like, dude, like I'm ready for this to be over with. And I think a lot of life is like that. You have these highs and lows, and just figuring out like how to make the most of each and every moment of your day. So let's go make the most of today and see how to make coffee.
Two main varieties of coffee beans. One is the Robusta and the other one is the Arabica. Okay, Colombia only produces Arabica. Arabica, the bean is much more smoother, soft, so that's where Colombia gets its reputation for the softest washed coffee in the world. The first step the farmer must do is find the seed. Then this seed doesn't get planted right into this plantation, but it goes into a bamboo bed with sand from the river. What the sand from the river does is it allows him to see if the seed has any defects. And he leaves it there for 8 weeks until we get the match, which is our first little piece of tree. After that, we get the chapola. The chapola happens after 1 month of having the seed already in the bamboo bed. We have the chapola and we have the bigger tree. We take it out of the bamboo beds and we put it in a black plastic bags for about 6 months until the farmer sees that it's fully developed with its roots. That after those 6 months have passed, we have el colino de café, and we bring it into the plantation where it's going to be grown and ready for production. From the seed to the colino. Colino is the first long tree that's going to be transplanted into the plantation.
Okay.
So 9 months. On the plantation, we have to wait about 18 months to get the first harvest out of the tree. However, that first harvest, it's always a waste. It's never useful and it can never be sold. The farmer must wait on the second harvest to be able to sell his product. Because the first harvest that the tree gives us, it's not fully developed. So the taste is going to be bitter and not as tasteful as it should be.
Okay.
This is the flower of coffee. If we don't have rain, we're never going to get this flower. And if we don't have a flower, we're never going to get a bean. From the flower, we have the button, which is the first little seed. And from there to the last picking point, it's 9 months. From the beginning, from the finding of the seed to its picking point, the farmer must wait 4 years for its first profitable production. If we were to pick it at green, then the result in the cup would be very different. In Brazil, most big coffee companies don't take into account the right picking point. They just pick everything from the tree because they use machines to pick. Our geography doesn't allow us to use machines because we have a lot of mountains.
How do I do it? Do I push it out like this?
Eso. Y quiero que por favor.
They're white.
After our coffee has been picked, Hugo's the one that receives the beans of the day. He washes them. Is pour all the beans picked in one morning into this large bucket. He fills it up with water. All the beans that float are the bad ones. After we've selected the bad ones by this floating process, we take them into the pulper.
This is the greenhouse. So the fruit dries here?
It's warmer in here.
It is warmer in here.
After it's peeled, the coffee could take 3 steps. The first one and the most traditional one worldwide is washed coffee. What happens here is the coffee is picked. It's peeled, it's washed, and then it's let to dry for about 10 to 12 days. This is what probably you've consumed your whole life. It's what most countries produce. For quality processes for specialty coffee shops, we want to offer more. So what we do is have another drying process which is called honey. Okay? Miel de café. So how does this happen? The coffee is picked, it's peeled, but it is not washed. It's let fermenting here for approximately 40 days with that mucilage that you tasted earlier. Okay? So the bean will absorb all the nutrients from that mucilage. And once it's brewed, It tastes very fruity like, and like more dense. Very delicious. Our third drying process, it's called natural. This is called the wine of coffee because it has the same it has a similar process to wine. It's picked, it's washed, but it's never peeled.
Okay.
Let it here ferment for about 40 days so the bean could absorb all the nutrients again from the mucilage and from its cherry.
We are now at the factory.
I want you to notice the change in color that's going to happen. Green darker. Cafe literally translates to the color brown. Coffee should never be black. That's why we always take care of the color. And also we take care of the texture of our beans because it should not be greasy.
So that's how you get your cup of coffee, and I really enjoyed today because I value quality over quantity and making the most of everything that you have, and I really feel like the company does that very well. And so I just want to encourage you to go for quality in your relationships, quality at your work, and even quality within yourself, and just keep your head up, know that you're loved. Take care.